Alright, so we're going to do one last song. So why don't people sit down again a little bit? Hopefully everyone's belly is full. Mingle again.
Okay, I work here at Restaurant, and I will discuss how some business magic works. I know some of you guys already know this, but I hope you find it interesting. So, exposing some business magic, I have a bad title. Okay, Rails is magical. When I first got used Rails, it's like everything just works with the generators and all that stuff. Like you just type keyboard, everything works. Like I already have a sidecar. Those are some of the things that we all know. First thing we know, and I think this our colors. By the way, check your attribute. Don't want some assignment there. Okay. And then after a few use of Rails, you will understand that it's actually convention over configuration. It's not magic anymore. So you'll just follow the convention set by the Rails core, and it will work out. Like this, when you have a compiler, it knows where to find your template. Okay, but after that, you will realize that you need to learn more. I believe that I can be efficient if I know how Rails work internally. So I took the time to somehow learn some of it. So, and I need to work with Rails, not against Rails. So, in my first few months of using Rails, I have this experience of fighting against the framework. So, why this doesn't work? So, I tried to figure it out how they really work. Okay, so these are some magics that we know. Has many posts. It guesses the relationships and everything. Find by title, post that question mark, render something. So I'll discuss this one first. Okay, we will. What I will be discussing is adding attribute methods. So let's see some code. By the way, these are some of the calls we will be using: attribute method, prefix, suffix, affix. Okay. First of all, what we will be doing is write test. So, by the way, I use mini test on this one. You might want to try it out. It's really good. So, this is my test. What I want to do is a product model with some inventory columns in there. I know you will implement it differently. You might want to abstract it, all this stuff. But for demonstration's sake, I will just do this. I have 3 columns: stock, delivery, sold. These are integer values. And then I want to add a method like this. I want to call that product that add stock, and it will add 1 to my column. And add delivery, similar, and sold. So the test is clear. Initially, my stock is 10. After I do add stock, stock must equal 7. So it will be very easy if we will just create a instance method on the product, say def add stock. But we don't want that. We we want to uh, um, we don't want to repeat ourselves, so we will concentrate all the logic in one place. So and this is my code for that. I use attribute method prefix add, and now to all my attributes I can prefix that add underscore what's your column name or attribute. Now it will call this method, so I can just put anything here add, then just put attribute. That will be a keyword. Then attribute will be receiving the name of the attribute. Then from there we can add some stuff in there. So we can read the current value of that attribute, then +1. Then we send it, and it will read. So let's try to make this 10, just to make our test fail. So we see that it fails because expected is 11, but we got 20. So we change it to the right code, then our test passed. Now similar to other stuff in here, you can also create a new method, reduce. So it basically deducts 1 from stock delivery or sold. So to do that, just got some code here. So we on mini test you can skip some of your tests with the keyword skip. Okay, so I remove the skip on some test, and then it will eventually pass. There's an error. I'll stop the by. So let's take a look at that. The error appears because we don't have attribute by, so you have to put affix here. Affixes you can put keywords on the front, on the back, or anywhere. So add. This would be the prefix, and we want the suffix too. So
affix. Attribute method affix.
It should be affix. So you can set your prefix and suffix there. So it will look for this method, add your prefix and by your suffix, and this will be the attribute. And also you can pass arguments in there. So what if I want product that add stock by 10, add stock by 100. So this is what will it will capture that, and then I'll just, since I'm assuming that would be all numeric values, I can just sum it, then update the attribute. So with that code, we can run test again, and it passed. And that's for adding methods. Now, we've been using a lot of these finder maps, dynamic finders. Now we have, yes. I haven't tried it, but I think you can send So this is another magic that we are using on Rails, the dynamic finders. So I know the first time I used this, like, oh, it works, like I just type in the attribute names, but I haven't really dig into it, how it actually works. Now, after reading some code of Rails itself, I found out on Active Record that it actually uses a method missing. So it falls back. If it cannot find that method, it will go through that method. So of course, first of all, we have to write our test. So this is our test. It can move inventory from one column to another. So those are our default values. The product that moves stock to delivery to sold. Actually, we can remove this for now. So move stock to sold. So our stock is 10. It will deduct 1 from our stock, and our sold will be will increment by 1, so 4. So in our test, it should fail, and there's an error, no method error. So in order to do that, we have to add a method missing. So this is our method missing. Actually, if you are to do that, you still have to add some if statement here or a regular expression just to verify that you want that kind of pattern in here. But for demonstration purposes, I just make it very straightforward and open the box. So basically, method ID will capture the method name that you pass. So if I call product that move stock to sold, it will be in here. This will capture it. And any other arguments passed on that method will be in this variable. And also if you pass a block here. So you just don't forget to execute the send command. So what I did here is to get the attributes. But the gotcha here is you have to make this a string the method. Then I just remove the 2 and the move and split into 2 so that others is an array with all the attributes. Now I have to, on the first attribute I have to deduct 1, and on the last attribute I have to append 1 or increase by 1. So if we run our tests again, then our test passed. So basically, you can do that to make your code more readable if you're using that even on, if ever you will use that on controller. So it's still, you will not +1, -1, so it's more readable. So as much as possible, we make our code as readable as like that. So, and that's it. That's how some Rails magic works. I haven't covered everything. Rails is a big monster. It has a lot of features, a lot of stuff in there, and I think it's still cool. Though other people still saying like it will be replaced by Node. Before it will be replaced by Node, I want to learn deeper on Rails. So, hope you like it. And that's all.
Do you know if Rails internally uses the suffix attribute to define some things, like the question mark method? You know where the test of presence or the truthiness of an attribute?
Yeah, it uses a suffix.
Does that to define it?
Yeah, you can find it on active record. So, but on the dynamic binders, it's actually using. I initially thought it uses suffix or prefix or affix, but it doesn't. Yeah, because you can only pass one attribute.
That was straight.
Yeah.
There's one more question. What was the name of the module? I noticed it commented out there.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It was actually active model attribute methods. Yeah. The reason I commented it out is I initially want to make it as a module, but I'm having some problems. So what I did is just commented it. Yeah. So if you want to implement it, you just implement it.
Dynamic finders Dynamic finders.
I'm not sure with that.
Arguments about using acronyms. First of all, it's very slow. And secondly, it's hard to read. There's also one more best practice that goes with it, is that whenever you define what's missing, you probably should also start defining what method you want to call. So response block should also go along with your
and that's why if we are to use method missing, we should be careful. So we should not overuse it. We should use it if needed. Yeah, so we have to balance between those. Thank you. Any other questions?